Hello, everyone. Mike Volkin here with Freelancer Masterclass and the podcast Freelancer School, available on iTunes. Today, we're going to be talking about how to find freelance clients on LinkedIn. So much talk is around, Upwork or freelancer.com or guru.com about finding freelance work, but really, LinkedIn is an excellent source of finding work. So let's go ahead and go through some of the top ways that I find work and other top freelancers find work on LinkedIn. First thing you want to do is state that you're a freelancer. Don't hide it. That's the most obvious thing, but so many people don't put that they're a freelancer. I have some freelancers in my network that I hire a lot for my freelance work to help me with freelancing. And on their LinkedIn profile, it doesn't even state that they're a freelancer. So add that you're a freelancer in your headline, your URL, the summary. We'll talk about the summary next. Your experience section, your endorsements, the projects, volunteering, all other sections that would make sense for you to add the word freelancer. Please do that, because remember, the way people are going to find you proactively is they're going to go to the LinkedIn search bar and they're going to type in some kind of keyword relating to freelance work in your area. So if freelancer is in your profile, it makes you easier to be found. Now, going back to the summary section, tip number 2 is to update your summary. Your elevator pitch should sum up what you offer in the summary section. If you don't know what an elevator pitch, Google it. I have an elevator pitch class specific to freelancers at Freelancer Masterclass. So go ahead and check that out at freelancermasterclass.com. Shameless plug. But you want to bulletize your offering, because as a neuromarketer, I'll tell you, from a marketing perspective, people read and absorb information on bullet points better than they do in paragraph form. So go ahead and bulletize your offering and give specific examples of results you achieved. Don't be vague about I helped company XYZ bring in traffic is not a specific example. I helped company XYZ increase their traffic 27% by doing this in 6 months, whatever the case. That's specific and it's relatable to someone who might be reading your profile who wants to increase their traffic. Tip number 3, your skills and endorsements matter. Don't skip this part. Fill in your skills and endorsements. So many people skip this part of the profile. It's the most often skipped part of the profile. People look at them, okay, especially the interested prospects. If you have someone that is interested in hiring you and your skills and endorsements aren't filled in, you're leaving it up to them to guess at what you're good at, okay? Tip number 4, join LinkedIn groups. A lot of times I would join a LinkedIn group and I'll see it, there hasn't been a single post for months. It's like, what does this group even exist for? Because people join it expecting to get something out of it without giving in return. So I want you to make it a point to be active weekly in these groups. Put it in your calendar if you have to. That's what I do. I have a half an hour once a week in my calendar to look at all my LinkedIn groups, do a posting, respond to a few posts in each of the groups that I'm a member of. Okay. And join freelancer groups. There's lots of them. And also you want to join groups that are within your industry. So if you're a freelance writer, for example, that writes in the, automobile industry, then join automobile groups. If you're a freelance marketer that works in the pet industry, then join pet related groups. Okay. That's where the people who are going to hire you are located. Now, this doesn't mean go out and spam them and say, I'm a freelance marketer who wants to hire me. But if you are active in the group and do good contributions to post and reply, build that relationship, build that rapport, believe me when I tell you that work will come to you. Tip number 5, ask and you shall receive. Ask your connections for referrals. Don't be shy. I have over 5,000 connections on LinkedIn. I can go to any one of them and just say, without selling myself, just say, hey, listen, hope you're doing well. Just wanted to let you know I'm available for work. So if you have any marketing work or know of anybody who needs to build their traffic or needs marketing leadership at their company, please send them my way. I'd be greatly appreciative. Something as simple as that. Now, if you are afraid to ask for work, then you are in the wrong business, because as a freelancer, most of your work, if you're good, should come from referrals. Okay. So you should not be shy about asking for referrals. I remember the first time I did this many years ago, I felt a little bit embarrassed asking for referrals. It wasn't in me. But now I do it all the time, because I know that one simple email asking for referrals, and this just happened last month, could lead to a multi-$1,000 contract. All right. So definitely get in the habit of asking for referrals in your LinkedIn connections. If you're active on LinkedIn, I'm not talking about if you just ask for referrals all the time. Like if the last 10 or even 5 messages that somebody receives from you is asking for referrals, then don't do it. Okay. You should be responding to people's posts, networking with your connections regularly. You should have a point to log into LinkedIn daily and work your network by posting and responding to their posts. And that leads into my next tip number 6, actually read other people's posts. So you make a connection on LinkedIn, their posts come onto your wall. By reading the posts of the followers on your wall, you can find opportunities to reach out and find work. So an example would be, I just saw this post the other day. I haven't gotten a response, but this is the first example that came to my mind, is that somebody announced that they're going to be doing a product launch for their company. Okay. I have not worked at this company before, but it is right in my wheelhouse of who I can help. So I reached out to them and said, hey, I noticed you're doing a product launch on LinkedIn. Congratulations. I saw that announcement. If there's anything I can do to help, I've helped over 100 companies do product launches. Please let me know. Maybe I can give you some feedback right away on your strategy, your rollout strategy, your go-to-market strategy. And so I'm waiting on a response for that. But that kind of stuff happens multiple times a week. So read the post on your wall and think about opportunities that you could work yourself into that. For example, product launch. Number 7, reach out consistently to 10 people a day. This is very important to constantly grow your network. You want to be proactive, not just reactive. Everything I've talked about so far, updating your profile and reading posts on your wall, that's all reactive stuff. But proactively, you should be reaching out to 10 people a day. Well, who should you be reaching out to? You should be reaching out to who your ideal client is. Do you know who your ideal client is? No? Well, then get a Freelancer Masterclass and go through the ideal client class, because it is very important that you market to your ideal client. Those are the clients that you could do the highest value of work for, that make you the happiest. And then if your work is filled with that, I swear it feels like you're retired and people are paying you for stuff that you would do unpaid anyway. It's a great feeling. So really understand who your ideal client is. Tip number 8, complete your profile. Did you know that completed profiles get 40% more opportunities? This is according to LinkedIn. This is an infographic they put out a couple of years ago. 40% more opportunities just by completing your profile. Why is that? Because most people don't complete their profile and they want to showcase people who have completed profiles. And by showcase, I mean if somebody types in a word in the search bar and your profile will come up. Now, adding a profile photo alone gets you 21 times more profile views. Why would you not do that? It takes 10 seconds to add a profile picture. And it also, adding a profile picture makes it 36 times more likely you'll get a message. Now, I'm not talking about 2 times or 3 times more likely. These are stats directly from LinkedIn. 36 more times more likely just by adding a photo. Folks, by the time you watched this video, this few-minute video, you could have added a profile view and taken, a profile picture and taken it down and uploaded it and taken it down 10 times over by now. There's no excuse if you don't have a LinkedIn profile photo that you should have one right now. So those are my top 8 tips to get more freelance clients on LinkedIn. If you're not doing them, absolutely do them. They're easy enough to do. Take care.